Meanwhile, a new study by the National Institutes of Health indicates about 31% of U.S. adults are experiencing anxiety at some time in their lives. The NIH says anxiety disorders can interfere with daily activities such as job performance, schoolwork, and relationships. Clinical psychologist and author of the book Generation Anxiety, Lauren Cook, is here with a little bit more on all of this. Lauren, you talk a lot about Gen Z and millennials experiencing kind of a different kind of anxiety from generations past. Why is that? What was it in our past? What is it in our present that's fueling this?
Well, you know, when you look at the Stress in America survey from the American Psychological Association, the #1 thing that young adults are saying that they feel stressed out about is actually gun violence in this country and also climate change. They are feeling so overwhelmed by their future.
Now, your book aims to not only shed light on the problem, but also talk about what to do about it. So let's get into it. Help us out here.
Right? We all need a hand with this.
Seriously.
The key concept that I really like to talk about with my clients is what's called empowered acceptance. And what that means is we have to accept the reality of what is, right? When we feel anxious, we want to avoid, we want to run away. This doesn't help us in the long run. We need to accept what is, but then we also need to be empowered in taking action in our approach to really collectively come together and do something about it.
How much do you think this plays a role? The fact that we are always on, we are always attached not only to the outside world, but work, social media, other people's opinions of us.
Oh, yeah.
You name it.
We're constantly plugged in. And to be fair, there's a plus side to social media. On TikTok, that's where I love to share mental health content with folks. People are learning more about mental health. But the problem is we're seeing things like body dysmorphia spike through the roof as things like filters are really making us constantly compare ourselves to other people.
So what made you not only want to get into this line of work because you're a psychologist, but also to specifically want to kind of hone in on the generational aspect of this?
Well, you know, what's really interesting is we see that hopelessness and helplessness are a recipe to feel depressed. That's why Gen Z and millennials are feeling more depressed than ever. So that's why I want to come in and help, is to help people feel hopeful about their future. Because you ask these generations, they will specifically tell you that they feel doomed for the future. And that tells me we all need to come together, psychologists, therapists, everybody, to support these young adults so that they actually feel hopeful for their future again.
But previous generations were a lot less vocal about this. They didn't talk about mental health. There was a huge stigma around it. There's still a stigma around it, but less so than previous generations. And yet we're seeing this huge spike in issues. Are those things related? Are they counterproductive? What's going on there?
Yeah, what we're really seeing there is, you know, there's more stressors on young adults today than ever before. These two generations, millennials and Gen Z, are the worse off financially than previous generations. So they realize, look, we need to come together, we need to support each other because we are struggling. And I'd say that's one of the biggest strengths about these two generations. They are talking about mental health and they do want to feel better. They're not afraid to lean into these conversations.
And lean in we are. Lauren, it's so great to have you. The book is called Generation Anxiety. It's available for pre-order now and it will be released this September. Lauren, thank you again.
Thanks so much.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.